Hi and welcome to Kimama Mosaics. My name is Dionne. Now, you may be wondering what this is. Well, in order to understand what I'm working on in this project, we need to go back just a little bit and how I got to this point. Now, being a creative means that you get to meet and become very friendly with other creatives. In this case, I have a wonderful ceramicist friend of mine who had this vase. She didn't know what to do with it. She didn't like it. She said I could do something with it. So I thought, why not? Now I had these spheres left over from another project. So I thought to myself, let me see if I can create some kind of figurine from these two objects. Now, as you can see, the head is just barely balancing on top of this vase. So the first thing I thought to myself, right, I need to plug the hole and make it as flat as possible. And the first thing I thought of was some foil. It was just on my table, so I thought, right, let me just stuff it with some foil and see how we go. So I put in a couple of pieces of foil, and then I mixed up some adhesive, and this is an adhesive by a company called Bal, B-A-L, and it's flexible. I think it's called Multi-Flex Fibre or something like that. I'll leave the details in the description, but it's a really strong adhesive. I've used it before in other projects and it's fantastic for holding things together. It's very, very strong. So the next thing I did was add a blob of cement on top, and I just basically plopped the head on top of that. And as you can see, there's not nearly enough cement on there to hold that. Look at it, it's just wobbling all over the place. So I went ahead and just kept adding more cement and building up the cement around the neck area. Now I added about 3 or 4 layers of cement. I just kept going round and round until I was quite happy that the head was quite secure on the top there. Now it does still look a little bit precarious, but I had confidence that the cement was going to hold. It was going to hold the head and hold it in place, so I wasn't too worried about that. So this is the next day, and as you can see, I have padded it out quite a little bit. I actually did bang this on the table just to see how secure it was, and it was extremely secure. Now the next thing I did was prepare a slurry of cement adhesive. So basically it's a thin paint-like mix of adhesive and water, and it's basically a lovely priming liquid before you add your tiles to a particular base. Now one of the reasons why I love to use this slurry mixture is because it helps the tiles adhere to the base more securely. Because this base is very smooth, I want it to be a bit more textured, so that helps the tiles to grip to the textured base a little bit better. It also reduces the risks of the tiles popping off later. And also, it's great because it's durable and it's stable. It's an all-rounder, really. Look at that texture, isn't that gorgeous? So let's start now with the actual mosaic making, and here I've added a necklace, as you can see, made of caraway shells. Apologies, I didn't actually record this bit. I think I might have run out of film or something, I'm not too sure. But here I'm just adding a few bits of filato, some pulled filato here, which is very thin string-like glass. I think that's how I can describe it. A bit like mellifera. If you've heard of mellifera, look up mellifera, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But I actually handmade these myself and then cut them into little pieces and added it to my necklace. And I'm just securing it here with some cement just to make sure that it is not going to slide down, which it probably won't, but I just wanted to give it an extra bit of support. Selection of circles here, and so the idea is for me to start working on this piece here, which was originally a vase which one of my ceramic friends made, but she didn't like it, so I took it from her and I thought, right, let me see what I can do with it, and I stuck a polystyrene ball on top to make something like a figurine. So you can see some scratch marks, and I've been playing around with some ideas. This was me trying to find the center of the sphere, and yeah, that's basically where I've got so far. So I've made a kind of decision on what I'm doing at the top here, and it's not going to look like those stripes that you can see. I'm going to use these circles, and I'm also going to surround them, not all of them, every now and again I'll probably surround a circle with some of these are lava beads, these particular ones, but I've also got some of these kind of like crystal-y beads. They almost look like Swarovski crystals. Sorry, a bit of a shadow there, but I'm going to put these all the way around, just a few of them, and the rest of them are just going to be like this all over. Let's see what that looks like. So yeah, I'll be back. Now I'm using a black cement adhesive here. Now if you're wondering how I mix this, please watch this video here. As far as I've got, I only mix a small batch of cement. This is the front. She or he will have a face. And yeah, this is the hair. what it's looking like. A bit like a planet, actually. So I've got that bit to do at the back. There's a little bit of a hairline at the side there, and just stuck one there. So yeah, looking forward to finishing the head. See you next week. Maybe not next week, maybe the week after. Who knows?